Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, everyone. My name is Seri Wulandari. Okay, today I would like to presentation about job sheet 7. The job sheet is structural decision and infrastructural decision. Okay, the first introduction. In an organization, decision is taken with the aim of facilitating the running of the organization. Top management or the top management takes decision of a general strategy or policy which are accompanied by the issuance of general regulation and leadership instruction. Middle management implement the decision that have been taken by a supervisor by making decisions that are structural. The decisions taken by the middle management include, among others, the maintain of the organization and functional decision, namely on technical issues related by quality of effectiveness when will lower management takes operational decision, namely direct implementation, whether routine or not and program or not. Okay, next slide. Definition: structural decision. Structural decisions are the ones that define the shape of the building blocks associated to a particular operational. They are directly related to the tangible aspects such as process technology for manufacturing, vertical interaction, facilities like location and capacity, and variety of product manufacturing. Adversely structural or organization decisions are decisions taken by members or the organization who have line position regarding issues that are line operation common because this type of decision is about the life of the organization direct is also called an organization decision. Okay, next slide. Competitive effects of structural decision. There are 4 competitive effects of structural decision, namely as follows. Number 1, capacity decision. Since capacity determines rate output, competitive priorities most closely tied to capacity decision are those related to output rate and volume. Number 2, facility decision. Facility decision can influence cost because of manufacture. If the organization is local, close to supplier, they may be able to save one transportation cost, like waste if they are located close to customer. They can also save on shipping costs. Number 3, process technology decision. A strategy process can result in discrete labor costs and reduce the amount of inventory on hand. Maybe a GIT system. Technology can result in better quality and more uniform product as opposed to human errors and imperfection and also variable to completion times. And the last, vertical integration and supplier relationship decision. With a vertical integration, organization can save and cost by focusing on their own core competition and improve their productivity by producing wide canal beds. Quality is also improved by establishing long-term relationship with supplier in an effort to improve quality. Okay, next slide. Definition: infrastructural decision. Planning and control in operation is about reconciling market requirements, demand with the operation, resources, or supply. Planning determining the time and nature of action that should take place in the future. Control is when as the operation is enjoying determine what action to take. There is significant deviation from what should be happening. Okay, next, competitive effect of infrastructural decision. There are 6 competitive effects of infrastructural decision, namely as follows. Point 1, human resource decision. Point 2. Strategi quality decision. Point 3. Strategi production planning or inventory control system. Point 4. Strategi new product or service decision. Point 5. Performance or reward system decision. And the last, strategi organization system design. Okay, let's conclusion. Business organizational structure came about the assembly decision making. The typical organization card they pick a hierarchy of authority starting with the chairman, CEO, and other executive officer at the top because the executive officer set the goals and direction of the company. Supporting levels of management under the executive level are tasked with applying these goals to their areas of responsibility or department, which are arranged in order of appropriate information flow from management. Okay, that's all. Thank you for attention and I see. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
While you're watching this video, it's probably safe to assume that you're within arm's reach of your smartphone device. In fact, there are over 5 billion people around the world that own a smartphone. That's greater than the number of people who actually own a toothbrush. The overall economy around the smartphone industry is roughly $3 trillion. An average person spends over 5 hours a day on their smartphone device and checks their phone roughly 80 times a day. In my case, of course, it's over 100 times a day. So let's think about what does it really take to get this game-changing consumer electronic product into your hands. So there are over 600 component parts that make up a typical smartphone device. And these component parts are made up of roughly 70 raw materials. Many of these component parts come from highly constrained sources of supply, which makes the supply chain around the smartphones extremely complicated. For example, the OLED component is primarily manufactured by Samsung, who own 95% of the overall global market share. Also, what's interesting is if you add up all the different travel and the sourcing that happens around these component parts, your smartphone device has traveled to the moon and back before you make the purchase as a consumer. Once these component parts are sourced from 43 countries across 6 continents, they're ready to be assembled. Most of this assembly happens in countries like China, India, South Korea, and Japan. There are over 2,800 smartphone devices that get manufactured every minute of the day. This is a really complicated supply chain, particularly when you think about not just the manufacturing, but the distribution of these smartphone devices across all the various demand regions where the consumers exist. And these logistical challenges are getting further exacerbated with the current trade disputes that are ongoing around the world. The overall demand for smartphone devices has ebbed and flowed over the years, but when we've analyzed the data here at Llamasoft, we've found that the key causals or the key attributes that drive demand include the following: price of the smartphone device, the extended battery life, the processing power, and the new features that come with every upgrade cycle. Now, you'd think that someone like me has always got the latest smartphone device. What I'll admit to is I was stuck with a 4-year-old device that I just upgraded a few weeks ago. Now that you've upgraded your device, the question becomes, what do you do with the old one? In fact, just in North America, there are over 150 million units that get thrown away every year. That accounts for roughly $1 billion worth of reusable materials that is going to waste. That's an opportunity and one that we can try to solve together.